signs, I hope that you all had a good January. We are taking a look at what kind of February you could have this year. Yes, it's Mercury retrograde, and it's doing all kinds of things to the way that I communicate. We're going to take a look at your February, the themes that are going to be there as a result of how January went, right? So what you did, what you said, how you acted towards yourself and towards others. We're going to take a look at how those themes, how those results bear out in February, and what you can do to have the best February possible. Okay, so we're going to take a look at January themes first. I see with the Hermit that a lot of you sat with your 10 of Wands. I hope you can see that. Your 10 of Wands, you sat with whatever was burdening you, and you thought about the burden. I think that this is pretty awesome for a lot of fire signs. The high-vibing fire signs sat back with their burdens about what weighed them down, and it could be anything for anybody. It could be their work situation, it could be the family situation, it could be a relationship or something. But you thought about it, and you thought about how you could move forward with it. Am I going to live with it? Am I going to avoid it? But it feels like you folks did not avoid it. I see a lot of meditation and learning about your situation. I see in January that a lot of fire signs chose to up-level themselves. It could be possible that some fire signs have learned to be a little bit too cutting with other people in the month of January. So there might be some consequences that bear out in February. Some people may have been cut off. Some words may have been said that didn't need to be said. That may have caused some damage. Or these could be folks who, in January, meditated on how they could be more discerning when it came to people who came to them with certain ideas, asked them certain things, talked to them in certain ways. It may be that some fire signs got hurt from these folks, and this was the month for them to step back and ask, how am I going to deal with these folks and other people like them in the future? The Queen of Swords needs in the reverse, needs to think more carefully about how they use their intuition when they think. It might be that there was too much thinking energy, talking energy, but not enough feeling your way through a situation in the month of January. But the universe says that it was protecting you throughout the month of January, and that it was bringing balance to your situation while you were focusing on whatever it was that hurt you this past month. Or maybe it's not necessarily a hurt as much as a feeling that you're kind of stagnant and you're ready for something new. The universe is protecting that desire and protecting your willingness to ascend to a better place. With the Queen of Swords in this version and with the Hermit, this is about meditating in a place separately for a long period of time, and this might have been a struggle for fire signs, and I can understand that for a lot of fire signs, sitting in place and thinking is not necessarily our strong suit, right? But the universe is applauding you for staying in place, thinking about what you can do to be the best version of yourself, even when it got difficult, even when it was a struggle to stay in touch with your intuition. So that was February, or excuse me, January. We're going to take a look at February as a result of your work, and I see the King of Swords. So this is becoming the master of who you are when you speak to yourself, speak to others, and in how you think. You are the master of your thoughts, and you don't need other people to think for you anymore. Neat place to be in January, and you're going to be nostalgic about something, about nurturing yourself. So the universe is asking you to come back to a place where you can take care of your inner child now. It may be that you folks are doing some work with a therapist, some deep going into your past kind of work with a therapist. And this is a good time for me to say that while looking at your past lives in a reading, a tarot reading, another kind of divination reading, that is helpful. But a therapist is going to guide you with some balanced, scientifically backed approaches to um, nurturing your inner child through this time period. I see you having done a lot of really careful work, which is hard for for the stereotypical fire sign, for immature fire signs, I should say. You've done some hard work in the month of January, and the universe is asking you to sit back for a little bit and let the nurturing come through, and that's where your happiness is going to come through. February, it looks like some neat stuff is happening because you did such good hard work. You're the master of your own thoughts. You're able to nurture your inner child in the best way possible, and that brings deep inner happiness that isn't easily affected by external circumstances, however rough they may be. And with the Five of Pentacles, I do see you going in for help, asking for help from a qualified professional. It is recognizing that life can be tough, but that doesn't mean that you have to go through life with a lack mindset. You are incredibly wealthy. Um, and the universe is asking you to recognize that this month, to take advantage of the inner wealth that you've earned for yourself this month. I do see you ending a cycle. This could be something to do entirely with yourself, right? It doesn't affect anyone else. This could be a relationship with somebody, this could be a work situation for some fire signs. But I see you finally getting to a place where you're able to have resources coming in to help you through a difficult circumstance, and this is going to end a cycle for you. A long awaited ending to a cycle. This month, slow down while you move away into new territory. There is a warning here about being your own worst enemy. For being a fire sign, you sure do have a lot of air energy going on, and you may have a lot of air in your birth chart. But as you are leaving behind old ways of thinking, old ways of talking to yourself and to others, you are going to need to slow down when you explore and be careful that you're not picking up some bad habits, especially when it comes to being your own worst enemy, especially when it comes to coming back in contact with people that may have taken things from you, or you may have fought with these people or with this person. They're asking you to not talk down to yourself, to value you for who you genuinely are. Value yourself for the work that you've done. You're already trying to become the best version of yourself, fire signs, high vibing fire signs. And this is asking you to not choke yourself up, to not strangle yourself while you're moving through a difficult situation. Let's just be honest. Moving into a new era is difficult. Moving to new lands, um, new ways of existing, a new support network is difficult. But this is asking you to think about what went wrong in those situations and to think differently, to be attracted to new kinds of people as you move forward. That's one of the best ways that you can end this cycle, is to not return to it, to avoid people who are similar to what you left behind. I also want to take a look at the Sufi Wisdom deck for February and see what kind of advice there is for you to have your best February possible. Move forward. Recognize that you are a work of art, that you are completely original, that you've been put on this universe. You've been put in this lifetime on this physical plane for a specific reason, and you might need to do some exploration into how you can recognize yourself to be the work of art that you are. I do see there's still a need here to come back into that hermit energy, right? And study and listen and learn about who you are as a person. That's going to be paying attention, very close attention, to the universe, to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, especially with this all this sword energy going on, and your advice for how to have the best possible month in February from the tarot. Listening to your intuition and then doing as the universe, as your spirit guides suggest, as they guide, is what's going to bring you to the best version of yourself. Recognizing yourself for the work of art, recognizing yourself for the Empress, the Emperor, the Nine of Pentacles that you are. Even if you aren't physically wealthy, you still have a tremendous wealth within yourself that you can give to yourself as well as to the people around you. That's what this Five of Pentacles in reverse was about, is recognizing that, no, there's still a lot of value in this situation, and I'm going to treasure that value. Moving forward into recognizing yourself as the work of art that you are is going to take some work, is going to take some meditation, but you were absolutely up for the job. Therapy might be great for a lot of folks this month. And if I didn't already say it, it's Mercury retrograde. Let me just say it again. There is no such thing as a tarot reading that is a replacement for good, strong therapy. Just wanted to make that clear. Okay, folks. I recommend that you take a look at the weekly read for January 30th through February 5th. And if there is something that I can do for you personally, please visit me at fourwandsdivination.com, and I would love to do a reading for you. I hope that you have a great February. Take care of yourself.